Okay, so if you weren't confused by the passage and all the tough language in the passage, now we get to this graph, which is itself very confusing looking. So my advice is don't panic when you have these graph questions. These are supposed to be easy points, in my opinion. So these are ones you don't want to get wrong. So you got to have confidence that it's not going to be as hard as it seems. So the best thing we can always do is remember that the strategy is really just to follow instructions. It may seem confusing, but they're going to give us a task here, and we just need to make sure we do exactly what we're told. And especially if the answers are like numbers like this, that probably means we're just finding a specific spot on one of these graphs. Let's see where they want us to look. According to the information in the graph, when the microscope tip is moving away from the salt surface, okay, away from the salt surface. So look at our two graphs. We have one that's moving towards the salt surface and moving away from the salt surface. So we're using the second graph. You shouldn't cross it out on your own page because you might need it for another question. But for our purposes, I don't even want to look at the first graph because it's not important. It's not telling me to look there. It's looking at away from the surface. And it's 15 nanometers from the surface, so distance from tip to surface is the bottom part of the graph, so we should always read the axes here, and 15 is right there. So what is the approximate force, right, that's the other side of the graph, on the microscope tip in micronewtons? So literally just like kind of go across here. So 15, we go up, it's this point right here. Well, it's between 1 and 0.5. Between 1 and 0.5. Hey, 0.75 is between 1 and 0.5. In fact, it's the only choice that's between those numbers, so it must be right. That's it. Do I need to know what a micronewton is? No. Do I need to know why there's this kind of squiggly line on the graph? No. I don't care. Follow instructions. Don't bother trying to understand the science. That is not your task. Your task is to just do what you're told, obey the question, and you'll get yourself an easy 10 points.